Welcome to Steve's Place. It's Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific, and I'd like to thank all of you who took the time to show up tonight. Anyway, if anyone wants to get on board here, our um, our link is shown in the comments and that. Uh, it's been a very exciting 2 weeks here. I was mostly in Albuquerque, and I'm back home, and we are working on planning for next year. Okay, next year's conference will be August 6th to 10th, and out in Albuquerque. We're currently looking for possibly a new location. I sent out a request for quotes, to the local Convention and Visitors Bureau and see what they could come up with. Uh, I think the hotel for next year is kind of trying to really put it to us, with an increase of 30%. I think that's way overboard. 10% would have been more like it. So it's going to have to go out for a competitive bid. In the meantime, I'd like to announce that we have just gotten our video on demand out, okay, and they're available now, okay. You may have seen this logo that showed up in the that showed up in the email and that. And if you do click on that link there, you'll come up to our page, which will be our live stream now page, our sign up page. If you haven't signed up for it, this is what you will see. And you'll be able to sign up here and start watching the conference, okay? Also, you might notice that we have some t-shirts in the bottom. Those you can buy online right there from How To, okay? And if you ordered the live stream during the conference, you could take and watch it, So, and I might want to bring your attention, if you notice in the middle of the screen there'll be like a green bar. And what that is an opportunity. If you'd like to help us out and donate directly, you can click on that and donate directly to TeslaTech, and we get all of that. And we can apply it to some of the projects we have. One of the projects I want to do is take and get some new computers here. It's almost unbearable at this point. I use a lot of screens at the same time, and it's overwhelming the computer. I definitely need a new one, but that's going to require either it's going to require cash from somewhere. Anyway, thank you all for coming. I thought it went great, from for the conference. I was there from like Saturday, August 3rd, until it was last Tuesday I left. It was very exhausting. I mean, you're so busy during the conference, you don't get much time to sleep. With the live stream going on, it really made things interesting. I think Karen and the team that was with her did a great job. Karen and Jason was out there throwing in ad hoc interviews in between the speakers and that. We're still trying to get some of that footage online there. It's not there yet, but we're working on it. We got the I don't know how much footage we got from the vendor room. I'm still checking with some people there to see if they took some. I know Jason and Karen were just overwhelmed, and I don't think they got to it at least as much as they had planned. But we do have the vendors hour, and you can watch it and see some of the stuff that we had there on site. It was great. I mean, the food was great every night. Everyone had a great time, and you can see what some of the comments we're getting. I'm hoping you guys can be there next year. Mark your calendars, August 6th to 10th, 2025. And these times, it takes a lot of planning to do things economically. I mean, everybody's getting hit financially on all sides. I understand that. I'm trying to keep our prices down. Um, right now, the hotels want $114 for a room. I'm trying to get that down. We'll see what happens here. Uh, I'm hoping to kind of keep things pretty much under control with maybe possibly a 10% increase. A lot of stuff that goes on at this conference, we've been able to keep the cost down. And in fact, I charge the same price for the conference now as I did 10 years ago. So we're trying to do our part. In fact, not only are we keeping it down, we still offer a lot of discounts. However, this makes things kind of tight for us. Like right now, I have a few bills to pay here, and it'd be great if you guys will order some DVDs. That helps us out. Everything that we get through DVDs and through this live stream actually goes right back into the conference. At this point, maybe in the future we'll be able to get our magazine going if I can get enough. I need enough to hire someone for that though, because it does take a lot of time. I'd like to remind everyone, if you're not a member of YouTube, get on there and join. For $9.99, it's a great deal. We still have over 1,500 videos, and even though the videos are available on HowTube, the 2023 ones are available on YouTube. So $9.99 is a deal. Well, we're going to be doing a lot more with HowTube in the future. One of the things we want to encourage is for vendors to get a hold of me, because HowTube has this has a great thing for them now. If you remember, like on the page at the bottom here, we have featured products. Each speaker will have the opportunity to put their featured product on there as well, but on their page, for when they where you watch their video at. So you'll be able to have an opportunity to buy their merchandise online. That's what we're working on. I'm also looking for anyone who wants to be help us out throughout the year. I just ask if you commit yourself to do something, to follow through on it. I mean, too often we want to do something, but then they don't follow through. And it makes things very difficult when I'm expecting certain things to be done and they're not done, or people to show up and they don't show up. It puts a lot of stress on people who follow through with what they do. And I just have to, I'm trying to find balance there. I'm also looking for other people to come in and help suggest more speakers. This year was very helpful. Karen came in. She not only got us a lot of new speakers, she put together that guide, and that guide was a masterpiece, over 100 pages, and she worked really hard at keeping that thing updated throughout the changes. We had a few changes this year. One was the multi-wave oscillator presentation, which was replaced by the Tesla bed. I thought that was great. And then Saturday was rough. Due to medical issues, one of the speakers couldn't come in, and another speaker had a death in the family, and the other one just couldn't get there because of the hurricane. However, we had capable people to replace them. Lucian covered us with some more material on anti-gravity and how it would be possible for us to have levitating boards. Then we also had Jeff Hayes come out of nowhere. And I turned around and there he was, and he gave the presentation on the Tesla turbine. And then last but not least, we had Michael Cross right there with his, he brought his toys there, the Bedini motors there. And so we were well covered, and despite uh, speakers not being in makeup, we are still able to cover it and had a great time. Uh, and I hope, next year, I know we'll have just as good a time, and I encourage you all to come on out and join us, next year. Um, and we have a question here about the book library. So I got book 2 and not book 1 of that Brown's Gas Do It Yourself. Contact me. I do have both Brown Gas's books available. So contact me at our phone number 520-463-1994, and we can take your order and get that out. I'm looking for new speakers for next year. I'll be sending out a call for papers on September 1st. I don't know who I'm going to have next week. Still working on it. Next week is the start of Burning Man. If you've never been to Burning Man, well, it's quite the journey, quite the experience. It's a once in a lifetime experience. So, okay. So, some of the things I think we could do better. The food was okay. I think it could have been better, especially the breakfast. If I have it at the Crown Plaza, they promised me next year we would have a different hot food for breakfast than this year. We had the same thing over and over and over again. It got tiring. Next year, they'll mix it up. My criteria for speakers, well, that'd be basically out of the mainstream, I mean, a lot of the people when they speak, or the IEEE and these other professional organizations, they promote their technology in that, and we're beyond that. We're cutting edge. We want people who normally wouldn't get a hearing in that, and we prefer hardware. Hardware. We want hardware, not hot air. Our priority is always given a person with hardware at the conference. A lot of times people will come in right off the street sometime with a piece of hardware that'd be pretty interesting. And if there's an opening, we try to get them on stage. The other thing is they have to be, we have about 30% of our speakers are established speakers. They have backing, they're quite popular in that. 30% are somewhat experienced. And I try to get about 30% of people who have never spoken before and are totally unknown. Those are the guys that needs our help. Pardon me. Those are the people that need our help, and those are the ones we're trying to get promoted. I'm also be looking for people who can write because I need papers for the magazine. I am going to try to get that going again. But we're coming in from basically scratch. We haven't been published in about 3 years, and we're trying to change things. I'm also looking for conferences, other conferences. We're looking for like UFO conferences are okay. I'll go to those. And other alternative energy or science conferences. If you know one, get in touch with me. Let me know when and where it's at. I might be able to make it. That's how we get new blood in here. We had a lot of young people. There's a lot of suggestions on how we can get even more young people. And I expect next year we will, because we had a couple of teens come in this year and they were really impressed. And I know next year they're going to be bringing their friends. So this is going to be something that will slowly build up over time, But you could be a part of it too, Come to the conferences in the future. And if you can't make the conferences, at least try the live stream. Our live stream is $99, and even the video on demand, we're setting that at $99, unlimited viewing, for the rest of your life. And I know you're gonna have a great time. Any downloads these speakers have, we're gonna be going out and trying to get the speakers who have downloads like PowerPoints and that. Those will be posted on how to. I believe that it's going to be set up so that the PowerPoint or whatever, the download, will be in place with the speaker. So like if Maury King, for instance, wants to release his PowerPoint, it will go underneath Maury King as a speaker. That's something new we're doing. And I'd like to reiterate again for those who are just now joining us, we now have our video on demand available. And when you click on this, if you haven't ordered the live stream during the conference, you can order the video on demand now. And when you go to that email I sent out, and you click on that logo or that graphic there, it'll bring up this page here that you see. And on this page here, as you can see, it will tell you that you can buy it right there. Down below it, okay, we also have featured products, the video on demand, the t-shirts and everything. These were great designs, this year. Also on this thing, you notice that there's a green stripe there. That green stripe, if you'd like to donate something to the cause, you can click on that and make a donation. All of that goes directly to TeslaTech, and we will use it to upgrade our computers and try to get these other videos converted from VHS to DVDs. That's #1 project this year, and get the magazine back in the print. Okay, so here's Ms. Gonzalez. She was watching the live stream. She loved it. I'm sure everybody's going to like it once you see it. This is something new we're trying. Well, we're going to have it next year. Okay. Then we have 7P. Okay. You might not want to only do the live stream, but what you might want to do is do both. We had people come to the conference, and they did the live stream as well, and they had a great time. And then there's a lot of things that went on the live stream that you're not going to get on the DVDs. Okay, we had these impromptu interviews by Jason and Karen with various speakers and that between sets. Okay, and they looked very professional. They were out there just like I don't know, MSNBC, Fox News, or CNN out there with the microphones, getting the latest lowdown from each speaker and that. It was great. You also had a chance to walk around to the expo room and check out a lot of the equipment. Some of it you could play with, some of it you could only look. We had some ancient, original electronic healing equipment on site there, brought by Dr. Ross. And like I said, this was, the original pieces built by the inventors in that. You're just not going to find that anywhere, and he just doesn't take that stuff out of his home, that often. So it was a real treat, a real honor for us to have that available for people to actually see some of the stuff in action as it was meant to be. We had a lot of different water technologies there. Unfortunately, we don't have enough space on our stage to accommodate all the different inventions and everything. So you need to go to the conference if you want to try this stuff out. Now, next year's conference is going to be August 6th to 10th, 2025. Please mark your calendar. That's tentative. I'm still trying to get a new location or reasonable rates, from these hotels and that, They think, next year, I don't know what they're thinking, but there's no way that we're going to have a 30% increase, in costs. That's ridiculous. That's what you call price gouging where I come from. War profiteering. It's even worse, But we do have a competitive bid out, and we'll see what happens. We may have to split the conference up. We may have to have the presentations and expo in one building and stay at these other hotels like I don't know, like Days Inn or some of the other ones that don't have a conference facility. That's always a possibility. So keep that in mind. Anyone has suggestions? Who knows? We could probably get one of those big tents and have like a revival. In fact, I was in a conference like that in Boulder, when Breakthrough Energy had their site pulled out from underneath of them, and they ended up having to get these huge tents to hold the conference in. It was different, but it's very doable, and it got the information out, and I'm impressed, we do what we have to do to get the information out. So anyway, once again, here we are back planning again for another year. And so once again, I'll be setting out the call for papers to be going out in about 2 weeks, okay, for next year. If you know anyone who should be involved, please have them contact me. I'm here at my desk. Sometimes I feel like the Maytag repairman here, and the loneliest man in town. I always look forward to a phone call, so feel free to call. We don't yell at people, we have a great time. Maybe you might have an invention. Maybe you should consider coming to our conference next year and then presenting it. We can help you. If you know of any other conferences, let me know. I can still travel, as long as I can travel, I will. I think it helps keep people alive, when you can get out and travel and not be locked into your apartment or whatever. So here's one, kind of cute. Women with a fur come back with a fleet of UFOs to set things straight. I don't know, probably when the other side comes back to put them down, So, okay. Yes, crypto. You need to come in. You need to submit an abstract, or get in contact with me, let everyone know. Spread the word wide and far. We also have an affiliate program for people who have large mailing lists and want to help us get the word out. We do have affiliate programs for some of the things we're doing. So, does anyone else have any pressing questions or comments or anything? I want you to all consider, like I said, coming next year. It would be great. I think you will have a great time next year. I think what you need to do is maybe check out some of our old conferences. If you go on YouTube, our YouTube channel is still there. We're not getting rid of it. We're going to keep it. We have over 1,000 videos online there, and with 1,000 videos, we could take and cover a lot of different conferences. I have all the extraordinary technology ones up there, except for 2024 is going to be on how to. 2023 is almost all up on YouTube. That may also become available on HowTube as a download thing. Oh yeah, and like I say, $9.99 a month. You can't beat it with a stick. So don't forget, YouTube's out there. We'll be putting some more up this week. I got to finish up the 2023s. There's a few up there that I brought to my attention. For some reason, the whole video is not up there, so I need to go redo the video and then get it up there. And now for the important stuff. Did I enjoy the Big Daddy barbecue plate? Yes, I did. It took me 2 days to eat it, you know. That's the main reason I go to Albuquerque, is for the Big Daddy. You know, those ribs are something else. Okay, the video library. Okay, extensive source of awesomeness. I still have probably at least 100 or more videotapes from the International Tesla Society that need to get converted and put up there. And speaking of the International Tesla Society, our former president, one of the founders of Toby Groth, has taken the first proceedings from 1984 and converted it into a PDF and has tacked on the information from the CIA and the New York Times up there, and it was available as a download. I'll be getting a hold of him and see if we can't put that up on the HowTube channel as a free download too. So we'll be checking into all that, and maybe even doing I'll make it available on our website. So, and I took my newest member of my family here, old Bones. He's a cute little thing. He went to stay with us at the hotel. You know, they're a pet-friendly hotel. I think that any hotel I get, I'm hoping will be pet-friendly. Now's the time, you know, to take care of our pets. So, we covered YouTube. We covered HowTube. HowTube is a very new company, and it's just as good as the YouTube in some ways, if not better. You know, and like I say, you know, he does have it set up so that we can take and offer merchandise online, like our T-shirts and that. So, and we do have T-shirts available. Hopefully, I can get to a conference in your neck of the woods and bring some of the those T-shirts with us. So, anyway, I'm just hoping everything works out, you know, next year like it did this year. This year was a great year. And again, it's thanks to people like Jason and Karen that made it all possible. Not to miss John Fiala and his family and his crew, AV crew, and John Arthur, his son. They all did a great job of putting this conference together. They worked, you know, night and day. A lot of the effort is volunteer effort. These guys don't get like these mega bucks to do this. A lot of them are just barely, you can just barely afford to get them there and put them up, you know, for the week. And so I think they all deserve a good hand. And the hotel staff, you know, did a great job too. It's a lot of work goes into this conference, you know. The staff, we kept busy. You know, we had a lot of changes. I had a little run-in with the assistant general manager. He didn't like all my changes, but he got over it. But when you're doing this stuff on the fly, you know, things are bound to change. When we put out a schedule on that, it's our best guess, you know. We can't predict the future. We can't tell if a person's not going to be there, because things happen. People get ill. People's vehicles break down. Um, who knows what, anything can happen. And we have to be very responsive to that. And our crew did a great job of that, when they even, we even have features inserted in between speakers that we hadn't planned on, but that was to keep the live stream going. So like if someone falls short on the speech, we had people going in there and starting up with these interviews and that, and have ad hoc, panels on topics and that, this stuff again is on the live stream, and it's not on the DVDs. On the DVDs, we basically have the speech and everything, and the DVDs are for basically as a service for those who don't have computers and who aren't even listening to me right now because they don't have computers, but they get the DVDs because they have a DVD player and they want the information. We live in a video world these days. And one more time here, let me just, remind you, if you like what we do us a favor and give us a thumbs up, every chance you can get when you're on YouTube. And for those who'd like to, if you see the QR there, that QR code there is for the how-to connection. So you click on that, that's going to take you right to our how-to channel with the live stream or VOD stream now available. It's great. I mean, this is the modern age. We're trying to, well, DVDs are nice and everything. It's even nicer, like especially if our people who are overseas can take and they can order the how-to VOD. That way, we don't have to worry about sending it overseas. It is so expensive to send anything overseas anymore. I mean, a book that might have cost maybe $10 to ship to Europe 20 years ago, right now, it's in the range of like $40 to $50 just to send a book. It's outrageous, So as much of the stuff as we can do electronically, we're going to try to do electronically. I'm going to try to get my back issues together here in the next 6 months. That's my goal, and see if I can't get those online as a download. I'm learning a lot of stuff. I'm 69. I thought my school days was way behind me, but evidently I had to go learn a lot more stuff in order to get the stuff done. Not because I want to, it's because I have to. So anyway, we also need more talents. If you're good at putting together video clips and that, get hold of me. We could use some short clips to help promote this. And people will get to learn more from us if we can do this. Our problem in our brave new world here is that people are too tied to computers, but you have to use the computers, otherwise nobody will learn anything. We have to take and get to a point where people are using the computers and then back away from them and go do the activity. The other thing we have to be aware of is AI. I've said it over and over and over again. AI is our greatest enemy. If we don't watch it, the computers will run us. And that's what they're trying to do. I know every place I go, they're trying to put us in a box, Even at the hotel, we're at. Used to be these people were kind of more flexible and everything, but they've become so rigid, and I talk to them, it's like everybody's parroting the party line, I thought it was ridiculous, They're trying to force us into a society where everybody is just a cog in the wheel. They don't like individuality, and that's us. Our organization is all about individuals, individuality, and they're trying to put us in a box, and force us to do things a certain way, and we have to fight that tooth and nail every chance we get. You know, um, I don't know about you, but I am a person. I am Steve. I am original. I don't belong in a box. I break boxes. I stomp on boxes. I kick them apart. Um, that's probably the appeal of Trump. In some respects, is that in a lot of ways he's like me in that respect. You can't be constrained by these boxes. You gotta think out of the box. That's where the real future of humanity is. Otherwise we'll be fighting the Cylons forever. You know, and that's why I kind of felt like at the hotel there. Sometimes when they're so rigid, and I had to practically stand up and yell in their ears to get done what I need. And it's like, hey, I read an interesting question tonight. It says, what if AI treats humans like we treat animals? Something to consider. What if AI treats us like animals? How do you treat animals? I mean, we eat animals, we use them for clothing, some people abuse animals, I always felt if a person will abuse an animal, they'd abuse a person. That's how you find these serial killers and that, they abuse the animals, and it's a sign of a predator there. So keep that in mind. But now what if AI does that? What's our recourse? You try to get anything done. I mean, I'm trying to call companies up to talk to a real person. I can't get through, sometimes. And it's really frustrating, It's insanity, They no longer treat us as people. They want to treat us as numbers. And it's all about the money, all about the Benjamins. And if you don't have the Benjamins, forget it. Forget, getting anything done, So, I don't know with that. I think I'm going to have a short night tonight because, like I say, it's been a long 2 weeks. And it's like I'm really, really been tired, a lot lately. And I think it's also because, like I say, it's been exhausting in a couple weeks. The drive home was totally exhausting. And then I'm also trying this new stuff for my diabetes. It's called Figure Defender. I'll let you all know how it works, once I see how it works on me. So, does anyone else have any questions? Just remember, our on-demand thing is now up and running. The QR will get you right to it, and it should bring up this here, this page here, and you'll be able to order in that. Of course, we also have the DVDs for sale for those who can't use the or don't want to go with this. Our DVDs are $100 off the set. Buy 3, get $10 off each one. Or the others, just feel free to call me. And with that, I think I'm going to kind of call it a night. And I'll see you all next week. Thank you for coming. Sorry it's so short. And hopefully we'll have a great guest next week. I can think of a couple of people who want to come on. And we'll see what happens. And for those of you who are going to Burning Man, have a great trip. I hope it don't rain on you like it did last year. If all you remember that, they all had all that rain up there. And that could be quite the pain. Anyway, thank you, and I'll talk to you all next week.